So now you are an older man, maybe in your 40s, 50s, or even 60s. You've lived through life, faced challenges, and learned your lessons the hard way. Then suddenly, a younger woman comes into your life. She carries energy, excitement, and curiosity. And somehow she gives you genuine attention, not just surface-level politeness. That feeling awakens something inside you again. It feels fresh. It feels exciting. And this is exactly where most men begin to make quiet mistakes. When an older man becomes attracted to a younger woman, something shifts within him. He starts to forget his value. He overlooks his experience and inner strength. Instead, he begins adjusting himself. He tries to blend into her world. He softens who he is. He becomes less grounded. Gradually, he starts behaving like someone else. And the moment that happens, the dynamic changes. She no longer sees a strong man. She sees someone trying too hard, and the attraction begins to fade. This is not about judging anyone. It is about awareness and self-control. You must protect your self-respect, your identity, and your strength. When you feel attraction, you need to stay grounded. A calm man always moves with intention. He does not chase. He does not lose himself. What we are discussing today are mistakes to avoid. These are not just dating tips. These are principles that protect your value. First, never try to act like her age. You are not equal in life experience. Many older men try to imitate younger behavior. They change their style. They try to follow trends. They act as if they belong fully in her world. But this weakens your position. You lose what makes you unique. A woman can sense when you are trying too hard. It feels unnatural, and that quietly breaks attraction. Your age is not a weakness. It is your greatest advantage. You have lived through pain, growth, and transformation. That creates presence. That creates depth. A younger woman does not need you to pretend. She is drawn to what she has not yet developed. Your calmness, your confidence, your stability. When you stop trying to match her energy and remain grounded, you naturally become more attractive. Second, do not turn into her emotional support system. Many men fall into this without realizing it. She begins sharing her problems, her past, her emotions, and you listen. You want to help. You feel needed. But slowly, you become her emotional outlet. She reaches out when she feels low. She shares everything. And you assume this is connection, but it is not attraction. It is dependency. There is a clear difference between being present and being used emotionally. A strong man listens, but he does not absorb everything. He remains steady. He does not try to fix everything. He does not sacrifice his peace. If she brings emotional chaos, you stay calm. That balance is powerful. When you remain centered, she respects you more. When you become her emotional crutch, she stops seeing you as a man. Third, never chase her validation. This is a very common mistake. You start giving more compliments. You wait for her replies. You adjust your behavior just to keep her interested. Gradually, you begin seeking her approval, and this destroys your value. The moment you depend on validation, you lose control. You stop leading and start pleasing. And that shift is always noticed, even if it is never spoken. A man who knows his worth does not look for approval. He already values himself. When you stay confident and centered, you do not need her validation, and that creates attraction. If she takes time to respond, you stay busy. You live your life. You do not chase. You do not panic. You remain in control, and that is what keeps your value strong and your presence powerful. Fourth, do not try to impress her. This is where many men go wrong. They overthink. They try too hard. They want to say the perfect things, but this creates pressure. You become someone trying to win her, and that takes away your natural confidence. A strong man does not perform. He leads. He makes decisions calmly. He moves with purpose. He does not need to prove himself. Leadership is quiet. It is not loud or aggressive. It is about direction and confidence. You decide where to go. You speak clearly. You remain relaxed. When you lead, she feels safe. When you try to impress, she feels pressure. That difference changes everything. The more natural and calm you are, the more she feels drawn to you. Real strength is simple and steady. Fifth, do not build a future in your mind too early. This is a hidden mistake. You meet her, and your mind starts creating stories. You think about long-term possibilities. You imagine a future together. But this creates false attachment. You stop seeing reality clearly. You ignore warning signs. You accept things you normally would not. And this leads to disappointment, because you fall for an idea instead of the real person. Stay present. Watch her actions. Do not rush emotionally. Real connection